So here's some ideas. E.T. he was asking for some things, ideas, brainstorming, things that you could do to kind of start confronting this situation in America right now. One of the things I've been thinking about, and actually I re-registered as an independent in 2006. I think a lot of people might have a good way to do some of this is just re-register as an independent. Move to unify away from the two political parties. We're run by a bunch of elites. Keep them blind. Don't let them know how you're going to vote by just re-registering as independent. Let them throw up their candidates that they want to throw out there, who they think are going to do whatever, and just vote. You don't have to vote primary. Who cares? Show them that you're not interested in political finger pointing. That's one reason you can become independent. Just show them we're tired of wasting all the energy on political finger pointing. It's all having to do with plausible deniability kind of thing, where no one ever gets in trouble and you just point the finger at the other party and nothing ever changes. So another second idea is don't produce anything extra. Don't work extra to try and keep up with this failed economy. I would tell everyone that is what you should be protesting, is the fact that working hard doesn't get you anywhere in the country now. I wouldn't even try to keep up with the way things are going and trying to pay all the things that they're going to be asking you to pay in the future. Still, you should acquire your skills and education, but spend just on exactly only what you need. Don't even throw any money out there on anything that you don't need. Don't even buy movies. Don't go to the movies. Don't, watch YouTube videos. Don't even spend anything extra. Let the economy keep shrinking, because that's what it's going to need to happen. You're going to have to help it break even more before people wake up. And that's what's going to happen anyway. It's a service economy. It's a flimsy service economy that we live in, and no one's got any money now to spend, especially since you're going to be paying all this money for health insurance that is astronomically high. The third thing is watch what they're doing. Don't watch what they're saying. You have the Affordable Care Act, which is a scam. Just bottom line, it's a scam. I can tell you I can defend that in another video. Climate change is another scam they're going to run on you. Because they see that you're not putting up any kind of fight. They're encouraged to do it. You're not doing anything to show them that there's going to be any lashback on them. So they're just going to do it. Another thing was NAFTA. NAFTA passed. It should have lowered our food prices with all the competition, but there's a lot of mechanisms still that keep the prices high in the country for food. They shouldn't be this high. So you're just getting played every which way by your government, and no one seems to care, but you need to start waking up and caring. Number 4, don't let yourself be polarized by race, political party, or economic standing, or anything. Everyone's going to be poor. I can tell you I'm totally fearful the way things are, because I've worked so hard in my life, and if anything that my father and his father had told me would have been true, I would be in a 3-bedroom house paid for by now. That's not where we're at. So the 5th thing is get a perspective on where we are compared to history. You don't know your history, you're going to be repeating it. And you should ask yourself, how did things get to be this way? Why are they the way they are today? And unless you do that, you have to define the problem. If you can't define the problem, you're never going to really know what the solution is. And E.T. Sorry, he's telling you all kinds of things that point to the problem. That's part of the problem, and there's maybe even bigger problems underlying that. You're never going to solve them unless you define what the problem is. And for a historical perspective, and there's lots of things I could say on it. But my wife's from Japan. She's Japanese. This is hundreds of years ago in Japan, when they had a feudal society. One of the ruling elite, which is what we have now, one of the ruling elite people says, the peasant is the foundation of the state. Given just enough rice, the remainder must be collected in tax. Pretty much we're going to a national position where everyone's pretty much poor. There's no middle class. You're not empowered as you once were. You never really own property. You're always paying off your property. There's a billion other things going on along with that. And that's where we are. You have a bunch of ruling elite politicians that don't know anything other than collecting the tax so they can use it to keep perpetuating their power. Look at everything that's going on. So I just wanted to chime in. This is a 5.5-minute answer to his video, but I think there's many things that need to be talked about, and I think you better stop working, and if you don't have a job, you better find some people to learn some skills from. And I think you better start talking to your elders before they pass away. You better figure out what made this country great, what it's supposed to be about, before you totally forget it and just cede all your personal power over to the boneheads that are running this country, the devious people that are running the country. It doesn't matter what party it is too much right now. So thanks, E.T., for doing what you're doing. I think it's really great. I support you 100%.
Daddy,
I know
good
this.
night.
Good night. Good night, kiddo. Saying good night to my kid there. He's 4 years old. So anyway, signing off. Thanks a lot.